Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
The start was rough as hell.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it. Before you tell me what happened, what I'm gonna tell you is what I think is quite funny. Not funny, haha, because obviously it's tilting. Also, why is Echo TP heal? Okay, bronze 4. Um, for me, I could see why you would think she's a Smurf, and ultimately we'll go through it. But you basically were saying, well, I'm hiding the princess in a castle. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but here's a map and a key, and I guess I'll see you later. And that's sort of like your actions gave her the map and the key.
Oh, okay.
Right? And we'll sort of look at why and how that transpires. Because there's no ways, trust me, that someone in this elo is doing of her own capacity what she does to you. Which is good.
Yep.
Which is good because you can rein that in.
Buggered.
You can rein that in. So, right. We're okay. For context, I understand you like Riven, you like Elise, you like all the mechanical things, but I must lay it out that it's not the best way to get to gold. It makes things very difficult. But we shall assess as the game goes on. Now, what do you want to do with Elise? What's your game plan?
I was trying to do red, blue, Gromp, and then try to gank wherever I can, but preferably mid-bot, because if I'm starting red, and I do blue Gromp, then I'll be either mid-side or bot-side.
Yes, you will.
So the plan was to, my usual plan is to try to get bot lane to not be heavy diffed against me, because that has cost me a lot of chances.
They tend to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so my usual scheme with Elise and Riven ganker junglers is to try to get one of the lanes snowballing hard. In the Riven game, I got a Tryndamere top snowballed.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, so it's just...
But there were similar issues in that game as with this one. So for me, immediately off the bat, behavior we need to correct straight up is none of this. Just don't sit in your red. Don't sit in your buff. Don't think of it this way. If Riot wanted the game to start at 30 seconds, they would make the buff spawn at 30 seconds. Right?
Right?
They make
I'm
it
a little
spawn.
impatient with mine.
Well, it's not. You're too patient. You almost think that the game starts at 1:30 and nothing happens before that. They've made it thus so that these cheeky buggers can go on the invade warpath. Now, you're not gonna have ideal picks. You're not gonna have ideal runes. You're gonna have people doing who the hell knows what, heal, TP, echo. Actually, this is not too horrific in your bottom lane, but you're gonna have some strange things. The best thing is, specifically in this elo, you will have people turbo invading. Just as I always say in all my videos, sprint on down. Let's put a ward here in this bush right here. And so if they do invade, you can see it and you can make a counterplay. Or you can set traps and things like this. You should try and get your team to come and watch, ping it. Guys, help, let's watch the entrances. These are simple things. They're not going to do it all the time, but they will do it sometime. But whatever it is, it's better than sitting at a red and just letting the world pass us by,
Yeah. Typically, typically I've started my red, no matter who I am, except I think one game is Karthus, where I started blue, because I was like, ooh, I'm going to be mana hungry early. But I typically try to start red.
It's fine to start red. But you literally, 14 seconds, you're released, you yell freedom, you sprint down to the pixel bush, you put a ward, and then you can sort of just hover and guard, and then you can go to your red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to do that more often.
Or because you're in a lower elo where people are not going to help you at all. Go down, ward, move back up, and then sit sort of in this spot here and just watch the entrance. And if they invade, you can walk away. It's just to cover your entrances so you make sure this doesn't happen. Because from your perspective now, you're right. Okay, they invaded. They could very well take my blue. And I have no idea. But there's no communication. Like, you should ping your bottom lane to maybe ward it, things like this. It's important. Like, this ward here is yours, and it serves no purpose. Because this guy is rotating over. You're going to leash here and start here. So now once you leave, you're taking a high cooldown item and wasting it. You're getting 10 seconds out of your ward. Right?
Yeah.
So this is silly. We don't need this at all. Now, let's pretend we still have that ward, right?
Okay.
And we'll remember that as we go into the next few stages of the game. Right. They're the pings from the blue team. Okay. So with a little bit of mechanics here, your W first is very good. Just make sure you let the spiderlings tank. So you can move, once you go into spider form, you can attack the red and then move away from it, and the red buff will attack your spiderlings. So you get, you're a bit healthier. Because currently you're tanking it, so that's,
I recognize this human error.
Yeah, like you're just standing there and saying, yo, what's up? And then you're sort of just making out with the red buff. We don't need to do that.
That's a good way of putting it.
This is not our species. And also, you don't need to smite it, because if you do that, right? If you W, like you can W before it spawns. It's like a little trick with Elise. At like 128, you press W, and as soon as it spawns, it'll explode and spew its juices over the red buff. You switch to spider form. As you do, you get the auto in. That's nice. Now you let the spiderlings get attacked by the red buff by moving away from it, and then we can just attack speed with our W. You don't need to smite it. You have machete, so you have a lot of
I screwed that up.
lifesteal. And here you can just you go back into human form once the spiderlings are dead, and you can kite it out and auto it. Like you don't need to smite it because it hurts you just now, doesn't it? So you assumed, okay, this is good. Spider form for enhanced movement speed. Yes, we like the stonks. Now, you assumed at this point that she stole your blue because of the invade, right?
Yeah.
So what did you want to do?
Take her blue.
That's it, right?
I had planned to take her blue and try to kill her. Like either she'll be sloppily smacking blue, and then I could probably quick kill her, take blue, and then go about my business elsewhere.
Yes. Now, and I'm going to do a switch to total vision. Look where she is in comparison. So she's, you going from red to blue, she's not going to be anywhere near you. Right? The most important thing, though, however, is this ward right here. They saw you leave the red buff area and go towards her blue. So now she knows, hey, I stole Elisa's blue. I normally would do the Gromp, maybe level 2 bottom lane. Maybe I just go to red because who knows what she's thinking at this point. But because she saw you walk on down, they know exactly where you're going to be. Exactly. So she's already adjusted it. Yep. Yeah. And the reason for that is, let's look. This ward, okay, is placed right there, 114. Now imagine if you had run on down at 14 seconds, placed your ward here, then immediately hightailed it up to this area and watched for the invade. She would not be able to place this ward because you would be here. And if she did place it anyway, you would know it existed, and you could adjust your pathing accordingly, right? You'd also know that Aurelia now doesn't have a ward, so if you wanted to level 2 gank, she would not see you. So there's all this information we get just by having a more dynamic early game instead of looking at all her legs. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I understand my mistake. My human error was just,
human.
Yeah.
See, the only thing for me is, now normally in high elo, what we do is we say, right, you place your ward, like if you're farming jungler, you'd place the ward here on the red buff, like you did, but like maybe right on it. You'd go back to base, you get your scanner, you head on down, you reach the blue at exactly 129, and you start and you sequence up, so you can
I've
see...
seen Tarzan and Rad IRL keeps his yellow ward, but I've seen Tarzan do the one ward switch.
Most do. Red IRL doesn't. Some others don't. I don't on the first back because I like to have that ward for counter jungling and for early game tracking. I will switch it, however, on my first back. So the point is still the same. But if you did do the one, you place it, you go back, you get your trinket. Now here, if you knew this ward existed, as soon as she warded, you just scan it and you kill it before the buff spawns. And then you could basically say, okay, now they don't see me. But you know, for your elo, I think having the water is good, except we kind of wasted a little bit.
Yeah. It helped with the last time I had my my stuff snatched. Jax was doing the walk around, so I was like, I'm gonna prevent that henceforth. That's why I put the ward there. It does seem silly in retrospect.
Well, it's great if you place this at like 45 seconds and you start on blue, because then you're protecting it as you rotate up to this area, so you can see if there's any shenanigans afoot while you're sort of farming this side.
Yeah.
But there's no point warding it if you're here. Yeah, exactly.
My opener was too passive, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Now, the second thing is, let's watch from their perspective to see if they actually saw you. They didn't. You hugged the wall so tightly that they only saw your spiderlings. And that's very interesting. That's worth noting, right? They don't see you at all. She just assumes that you started on the, okay. So we should have played the footage before we went into the analysis. Because she doesn't, she's doing the raptors. Why is she doing raptors? Okay, so anyone watching this in this ELO, please, like, blue to raptors is the, with the machete on a don't do this. Don't do this. Just take the Gromp. And then take this. And then go down level 3, kill the bottom lane. This is nonsensical whatsoever. This is horrific. So, all of that said, you got lucky that the ward was too deep. Secondly, you had very nice pathing that was close to the wall. And I like that. That's what I was getting at. You're very close to this wall here. And because of that, you hugged the absolute edge of the fog of war. In a somewhat unnatural sense, to be honest with you. But you got away with it, okay? Now, the thing is, for me, your sense of timing is completely off in that, like you're walking over the spider form, good, back into human form. You should know that there's no way in hell she's getting your blue and going straight to her blue and getting here before you. Because that's just logistics, right? She has to go all the way around, whereas you get to go directly. Now, if you had your ward up, what you could do, and what you should do, is immediately go into this, start it up, and you can place the ward on the other side. So if you see her coming, you can kite out and get away safely. Okay?
Okay.
So if you that's why I like having my ward up, because I'm gonna kind of jungle early or steal buffs. I love leaving behind vision, because it not only helps my laners if they have eyeballs, but it also helps me track them. Now, to that end, why did you go E second? Because this kind of hurts you big time at the moment.
Because I went E second because I was expecting Vi there, but then I decided, okay, I'm going to take this then, and I'm going to kite it into that bush and try to covert get that blue.
Okay.
So
See, right now,
I expected Vi there and failed, so then I just went, okay, I'm just going to take the blue anyway.
Okay, that's fine. But we don't need to kite it out so far. I mean, you're going to get aggro reset anyway. You see this? Like, it's too far. You can't get it here. You just need to walk into it, W with your volatile spiderling, switch to spider form, and then do the same thing I told you to do on the red. Let the blue buff smack the spiderlings, hit your W, and then you can move on up and pull it towards the river as you do it,
Okay, and then after my tango with it, I smite.
Yes.
Yeah, I shouldn't have smited red because I would have then smited blue.
Exactly.
I'm seeing it now.
But also, you should have Q. Like, I understand the desire to have E in case of the invade or in case of whatever ganks you might want to do, but W into Q lets you take things very, very quickly. And for your situation, right, we just want to take this blue as quickly as possible. Now, you're getting nervous. You're like, oh, I'd reset. If Vi comes, I'm doomed, right?
Kind of, yeah.
But she's still struggling. She's not struggling, but she's still on her raptors. Okay? Look at her. She's literally not kiting. She's just standing still, doing what you're doing. Just hitting the camps. That's what kiting camps is great. I mean, it helps us keep a bit more HP.
I've included Karthus and Twitch in my camp specifically so that I learned to kite Krugs. And also Graves. There we go.
But this is a good transition. So this, in principle, I like it. Okay? So if you had designated off the problem I have with it is that it's completely counter to the taxation. It's completely counter to what your game plan was. You told me I want a red, blue Gromp, and obviously that got thrown out the window once we knew the invade was happening. There's no reason you couldn't have done the same strategy, red, blue Gromp, but with her side. And that'd be what we call vertical jungling. It's where you have control of one half of the map, and she has control of the other half of the map, which makes it very easy for her to gank bottom lane and mid, but it makes it very easy for you to gank top lane and mid lane, right? Now in this case, again, she is not paying attention. How many camps do we need to get level 3? If we're on blue side, we do all 3 camps, gives us level 3. 1, 2, 3, you get level 3. On red side, 1, 2, 3, you get level 3. However, if
I could have done my Krugs. Then
you have Machete. Remember, Machete is great for single target camps like red, blue, Gromp, and wolves. If you're gonna do Krugs and Raptors, you're looking to have the talisman itemization, but even so, as Elise, you don't want to do that. It takes too long. You want to do buff, Gromp, so blue, red, and Gromp. There's the easiest to get level 3.
So that's just the best for Elise, period.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you take a buff, another buff, and either Gromp or Krugs, you'll get level 3. So as long as it's an edge camp...
Now I'm seeing why things went pear-shaped when I went to try to take blue again.
Yes. And also, secondly, for her, this my ultimate point is she is killing herself because she could easily taken your whole blue side, gotten level 3, and ganked, right? She also could have simply done blue, Gromp, red, and gotten level 3. But by doing... There's only one 4-camp clear that gets you level 3. Right? That's red, Raptors, wolves, blue. If you do those 4 camps, you get level 3. If you do 3 of those camps, you're still level 2. Which is why you only see champions like Nunu, maybe an Echo, really like to do red, Raptors, wolves, blue, because their kit allows them to take those camps very quickly and very healthily. So for them, it's getting 4 camps for the price of 3, but they get level 3 just the same. For Elise, she likes the single target clears into just ganking. That's why I like your early gank. Very nice. Right? So,
yeah, but then that put me within vision of her, and then she knew I was topside.
Exactly.
Thus she could barn stomp me the way she did at the beginning.
Exactly. And that is then my ultimate point. If you wanted to level 2 gank after red with Elise, which is a thing, and where you take E second, it is a thing. Especially in Korea, they love this. They take red bottom side, they just go bottom line, level 2 gank, poof, stonks, wins, LP, dead people. In your case, you could have just done the red and, ganked it immediately. So what we did is we had 129 it spawned, we took it, we smited it for speed, don't have to. And then if you really wanted to with such intent and fury gank top lane level 2, you could have gone straight there and then down to her blue. Right? So at this point in time, you could have had the kill. You could have had the blue already. But because we sort of did the loop-de-loop, we failed, we went up, and now we're down, we've wasted about 30 seconds. But even so, you're still in the right place, right? But she now knows, as you say, that you're going to be taking a blue. Now, the problem is her clear is horrific. She's still level 2. After 3 camps, and you're level 2 after 1 camp. So to point out how inefficient her clear is, you're the same level. Now, obviously, she doesn't need much more to get level 3, whereas you're quite far away. But, this is where I think if you just knew straight up, I want to do buff, Gromp, and get level 3, don't take E second, take your Q, walk on over, kite this, do the Gromp, get level 3, and then go top lane, and you get the same results. Except you have 3 abilities, so you don't need to flash forward, and you still have your flash up.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
And now you're out of mana. And
Which
you don't
means
have...
I can't kite Vi.
You can't do anything, you have no mana. Like, this is good, though. You're kiting it down. Switch back to Spider Form. There we go. Now imagine if we had Smite. 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
And she... Wait, no, that's her. Yeah, you both have it in 3 seconds. You both smited the buff at the same time. That is incredible, actually.
Oh, wait, at the exact same time? I thought
actually,
she was
no.
a
It's
millisecond earlier.
it's the second charge. Every smite has 2 charges, right? So everyone's second charge starts at the same time. So it makes sense here. But she used hers already as well. So the thing is, she doesn't even have anything to take this. But if you had your Q, you could Q this right now and secure it. Yeah. Now you screwed. Nice, good. And you can't even stay for this. You gotta run away. So here, I don't even do this. Again, as I said, remember, if you do a red, Raptors, Wolves, Blue, it gives you level 3, but it at least doesn't want to do these camps. For me, she's seen you, right? Now she's gonna chase you to the hands of the earth because obsession. She's not gonna do the right play. She's just gonna chase you. So you should be willing just to give... If she wants to take this, great. You know? At least doesn't want to take these level 1 often anyway. And when they respawn, if she takes them all, you get more experience. So, win-win for you. Because as soon as you get shoved off of this top side, and you know she sees you and she's chasing you, your mind should immediately shift to not let me protect my raptors, but let me get this crab so I can get my mana back, right? Then maybe, if something is opportunistically nice bottom lane, you could. Otherwise, just focus on getting your blue side camps. Get level 3, get a crab. It's okay to give up the raptors here. Now, because we stay for the raptors and you smite it, okay? Now you gotta have to be... Even here, I'm not going back to base. Like, you don't need to go back to base. You can go straight to the crab. You're fine. Because you'll have enough mana for an E to remove resistances, and then you can just switch to spider form and just kill it as soon as possible. Because you know she's on top side, right?
Yeah, I think I tried to go bot side. Yeah. Wait, no, I didn't. Oh shoot, hang on. Oh, I saw her top side looking to gank Renekton.
It doesn't matter.
At least I suspected she was trying to gank Renekton. I should have gone bot.
Yeah. Ugh. You got a free crab. You've got your blue side jungle, which is easy to take, and the original lane you wanted to gank, which is difficult to gank, by the way, because you got a Varus Ziggs. They don't have exactly a lot of CC, right? I mean, Nautilus is a tanky boy. But this is just complete waste of time, because you have a half-taken Raptor camp, so like yesterday's sandwich. You have Krugs, which again are difficult to take, and you've only had 1 and a bit camps cleared. You're basically 1 full camp. Like this is a baby left behind. Like, this chasing is silly because this whole time she's topside, you have to say, right, what can I take on the bottom side to catch myself back up and to stop her getting any sort of lead? And we just kind of walked straight into her, yeah. And now you showed them where you are, right? Here, watch from their perspective. Like, normally this is fine, but again, we're telling her exactly where we are.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't have to think about it. She knows you want the scuttle. And even so, she's still doing the raptor the raptor camp. And you went to wolves instead of just going straight to the free scuttle.
Yeah.
Like this neutral objective, go get it, because once it's down, you get mana refresh, you get vision control, you deny her some experience, and then you can always fall back and take your gromp and then your wolves and finally move on with your life. But because we defaulted back to our jungle, right, now we meet her, and now you don't have smite. Or did you just smite that?
No, I smited the wolves.
Yeah, I saw you smite the wolves.
Yeah, and because I didn't...
Yeah, thinking about...
I saw the level lead and retreated to try and not give Vi kills. I played that way too safe.
Yeah.
I feel, and that was costly. And then she went for me during my gromp, and I'm just like...
She knows where you are. You've told her everything. You basically just, you told her everything. And
no,
because...
No, Mr. Bond. I have the blueprints to my death threat. Oh, right.
And now you're just like, again? and now she gets to gank bottom lane instead of you. So now it's like, okay, so what exactly do we do now? You're level 3, 6 minutes into the game. We've had 1 gank and be chased around the map. And the nice thing is, we spent half an hour on this, but this is what gets you leads, and it's what allows you to carry games. And it's also why Elise is not as recommended, just because if this happens to you, what do you do now? You can't farm as quickly as most junglers, right? You need to have ganking impact. You're gonna lose, like here, you just basically lost the camp as well. This only spawns at 8 minutes, so you don't need to place it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
I made sure to get vision just in case they had a ward down there, because sometimes people do that. Not often, but it's happened.
Where do we want to go now? Like, obviously you want to try to do your blue, right? Because you can see her here.
Yeah.
But she's level 5, you know?
At that point, yeah, no, it was... yeah.
This is disaster mode. Now, for your lane, like normally we'd be focusing on what lanes can we gank, you know? Malzo has 6, so he can press R on this guy. You can hit Cocoon afterwards and try and burst him up before he ults. This guy is going to be close to 6. Well, not now, maybe another minute or 2. So he has ult, so you can look to do stuff with that. Varus ult into Elise E into Ziggs W is a very free gank. So normally we should be talking about looking at our lanes and how we can gank them. Instead, we're talking about how we don't get eaten alive by the Vi. And here, like, you don't even go here because you know, straight up, she kills you. But, at the same time, she hasn't even gone back to base to buy. So, I mean, if you hit an E on this, you kill her. With Electrocute. Oh, you have Conqueror.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I have had better results with Conqueror than with Electrocute. And I remember a video by our fees. There was an Elise guy who was talking about why Conqueror Elise is good.
It's good, but Electrocute's still the best way to play it because, you know, you want to one-shot someone, especially here. You just want to make sure that when you fight someone with Elise, you destroy her. But yeah, I mean, your pathing is all out of whack, basically. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Like you're level 4 9 minutes into the game, and I mean the nice thing is it's all you shooting yourself in the foot rather than the sort of Vi outplaying you, which would feel much worse.
Yeah, and I recognize this in hindsight.
It's a beautiful thing, hindsight. That's what people always ask me. They say, Virkayu, why didn't you do live gameplay? It's like, okay, in live gameplay, I can tell you what to do. So you're basically playing through me, or I'm playing through you, and that doesn't make any sense because I want to see you play, and I want to see what decisions you make in the moment. And ultimately, if you know, hindsight VOD review film study is the cornerstone of all coaching and analysis in every single sport in the history of mankind. Because your job is to make the best decision you can make in the current moment. My job is to tell you all the possibilities from this moment and what are the pros and cons such that when you're in this moment again, you know which one to pick. You see? So
okay,
that's what.
So from now on, I'm going to pick W then Q.
If you're
that way I have, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go red, blue, Gromp, and you want to get it as soon as possible so you can gank a lane, which I think was great, especially with Renekton. Yeah, WQ straight into this and go. Don't be afraid. And with Electrocute, you need not be afraid because it's better early game. If she rotates over here in the way that she did, blue, Raptors red, she's level 2, you're level 3, you just kill her with Electrocute. You just kill her. Nothing she can do about it. You know?
Right.
As soon as she charges up her Q, you hit her with a cocoon, and her Q goes on cooldown, and now she's lost everything. But that's only if she's level 3. She wasn't even level 3, so I mean, you had you had at your fingertips all the advantages necessary. And now, you know, like you took Wolves, and you know she took your blue, so you're kind of afraid to go to Gromp again, so you immediately shoved back, and you held the mid lane to get some experience. Good. The only thing I would suggest here is that the crab is up. So I would look to...
I could have done that to occupy my time rather than...
Well, it's more about denying her, and it's more about that being a bit of experience you can grab that she cannot because she's not focused on it. And it's either they're not thinking about... I'm going to talk about this soon in the video, but focusing the most outer objective that you can get freely and then falling back to your house is better than doing your house and then going out. Because when you go out after doing your house, you run into them, and if you're behind, you're screwed. Like earlier, you went to the crab after doing your wolves, and then you ran into her. Whereas if you just went straight down to it, she would rotate, see that the crab is taken, and go, oh well, nothing. And then you would say, okay, thank you for Gromp, thank you for wolves, and then you can go topside. So, you know, if there's this crab spawning and she's not anywhere to be seen, E, W, Q, R, W, Q, and just move on with you. Like, get it quickly, because you can with Elise, and walk on out of there. Anything you can get that's neutral quickly. You know, like, you should have 2 more crabs in this situation, which puts you closer to 5. And,
Hard agree.
we also here, I mean, we could have, if you're not going to, you might as well do the raptors and then the Krugs. And secondly, you know, this control wood here was a bit silly because what do you want to do when you're behind? Control your jungle such that you don't get counter-invaded. Now, you replaced it here, which I like. This is better placed. You can also put it in this bush. You can also put it in this bush. You can also put it in the pixel bush. Just to guard against any invades and counter jungling. And when you do that, now you have peace of mind. By wasting it here, you were forced to kite your red all the way back up because you had no idea what was happening. And again, this isn't up until 8 minutes, so it's like the level 1 trinket wood in this bush, the control wood in this bush, it's vision that you can use to track and make decisions that was not optimized.
Okay.
Which would help you in this sort of situation.
It definitely would, yeah.
Now here you basically have to cut your losses, I think. You are literally half a level, and you have no mana. So I think in this case, just don't even remotely stay.
Okay. I should have just ran.
Just run. Just run.
Oh. Yep.
Just run. And now what do we? Why are we going topside again? It's the same thing as earlier. We see.
I got incensed by Renekton's commentary. Ooh,
Mute.
wonderful gank by Elise. Jungle difference. And I saw that there were kills there.
She's got one
Which could have.
assist.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, yeah, I'm not hopeful for the future of your species in this game. But,
well,
you know, I like this skin. I would highly suggest simply turning your focus to making sure you get these camps to get level 6. Obviously they took Dragon as well. But, you know, just rotating for the sake of it is one thing. But again, like, we're in the situation here. You're just going to get dove again. So we're wasting time. We don't need to smite minions, though. Like, we could have been bottom side doing some camps, maybe looking for a gank bottom lane. Ooh! Ooh! Nautilus is flashed. And you're spotted again. So, yeah, by chasing her around the map, you remember earlier when you went back to base the first time and then you chased her down here, level 2, and then you went back up and then did your wolves, and then she did your crab. I'm calling it your crab because it was yours. You owned that thing. We've by chasing those two situations, you showed them where you were. You stopped being able to catch yourself up with farm because you weren't in the right place. And then when you did get to the right place, she was there also. And when we're behind, we don't want to be in the same place as her because she kills us.
yeah, I think that, yeah. Ugh.
You know, and she sees you, she's just like, okay. Okay. And what I would do in this case is if you get spotted by that plant, you remove your control wood from here to here.
Ah, right.
And you have 2. Like, this is good. This is good. Like, you have to.
I made sure to keep buying them whenever I remembered to.
There we go. There we go. She a flash. Ooh. Okay, she misses her Q. Careful, careful. Ah, nice. Run, run. Good. Good.
I think I just went back to there. Yeah,
No.
I foresaw her being that aggressive with me under turret, so I was just like, okay, I'm going to have my E ready in case she tries to escape and cut her escape.
And now, because you know she's dead in your release, I just go do my wolves quickly.
Okay.
Get them off the map. Get them, because now you want to go back. Yeah, you're going to give up this dragon, but we can deal with that. What we can do now is say, right, what does Vi most likely want to do next? Do the dragon. They're obsessed with it. So what can you do to get yourself back in the game? Well, I can do my wolves. I can reset. I can go down and do my red buff and straight into the herald. Heralds and dragons do have catch-up experience. That's why they're so valuable in these situations. So if you could sneak one Doesn't matter which. You get a nice boost of experience that you otherwise would not. See, like, there she goes. La 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 la. La 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 la. Shows us off bottom lane. Uses ult. So for you, you don't need to kite this down here. Like, you can be in this bush. You're fine. You don't need to be so paranoid, I think. You're being a little too paranoid.
I got way too paranoid.
Yeah, the pylons are crafting you at this point. Not the other way around. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh, it's Aurelia. Be very careful. She will destroy you. So for me, I'm not thinking of this. So look at what your actions have. Look, you see the goon squad.
Yeah, the goon squad. Oh, they were all coming.
So they're currently on this because we saw Vi ult bottom lane. You know, like, there's no reason for us.
Yeah, no.
There's no reason for us.
Oh shoot. Yeah, no. I'm remembering a little bit more now. Oh.
Yeah. Like, what am I thinking of again? Another RNG crab, because it spawns randomly, top or bottom, is on the top side. This is fortuitous because you want to be on the top side. So let's go take this crab and take the herald. Immediately. Yeah. Immediately. Let's go straight there. Hit this Scryer's Bloom. It just wants to be touched all over. Smack it. Give it a good whack. Yeah.
Probe it to use the Protoss unit name.
There you go. Probe this entire area. See all the juicy peaches that Kaiser loves. See this crab that is the kind that we want to give everyone on the map. And then let's go take it.
That juicy hamburger.
Juicy crab. There you go. And then go, get its ancient ancestor. Kill Harold. And then,
Yep. And then...
fall back into your jungle.
And then because top lane was yelling at me, I was gonna pop Herald at top and get turrets there.
Yeah.
And then just go, okay, whatevs.
My only concern is, okay, so we're at 1250. By the time you do the Scuttle, by the time you do the Herald, it will be prime time to do this. I'm unsure. Let's time it. So let's see. We go to the crab. It's dead. We're on the Herald right now. Vi's bottom. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you could have done that. Yeah, I could have. Yeah, exactly. And you could have done it through here as well.
Yeah,
You had two people. Yep, perfect.
I was admittedly more paranoid in the moment than I should have been.
Yeah. And she runs everyone down, but if you're there with an E burst damage, you can probably kill her together,
Yeah.
But again, we're late to the party, right? We're rotating late from our camps. This has already happened. There's neutral objectives we could have taken instead of doing our own camps. Because you knew Vi was bottom lane. I mean, we see this. She ults. She moves up. They take the dragon. So while they've done all that, all we've done is the two camps we would have gotten anyway. You would have gotten Crab, Herald, 2 plates, killed Aurelia, maybe stolen her Gromp and her Blue if you had time, depending on the Goon Squad. And then you can always fall back into your jungle, clean this up, go back to base, and now you're caught up. GG. Yep. Now, problem is your Elise. Yeah. So, in this elo, you need something that's a bit more useful later than Elise. So while Riven is not a good jungler, she is like my Zyra jungle, right? I don't recommend people to play it because it's objectively just not the best way to... It's like, instead of making elo climbing a nice hill of steady progression, you're climbing Olympus Mons on Mars. You're making your life way more difficult.
Or I'm climbing... I was thinking of Jupiter's gravity.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, I think if you played Zyra jungle and bronze, that would be the equivalent.
I got some
metaphor.
Shutdown gold from Aurelia, at least.
True, but she still killed everyone. And now they get the Herald and the Crab.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a later fight I was lagging during, but I still managed to come out on top somehow.
That's my point. If you play something that scales a little bit better, that can farm more efficiently. I mean, you got 41 CS in 50 minutes. It's actually I want to create it. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna make an artificial grave, and just write Pyloncraft. Wait, Pyloncraft is CS. I'm gonna bury this metaphor because it is so. It's so sad.
I know.
I put a little pylon on top as well. There you go.
Yeah, I was lagging during that fight.
I mean, we shouldn't be in this fight anyway. They have such a lead. Like, we're trying not to fight this. I mean, obviously it turns around a little bit, but...
Yeah.
Again, like, at this point the game is... Like, you're ahead of her because she hasn't done... anything spectacular, but she's farmed efficiently, invaded you when you've given, like, you told her, hey, Vi, I'm here, come steal my stuff, and she says, okay. And that's why she's ahead. That's why she's winning the game, you know?
This death ray will... And then, oh. Wait, why'd you push... How were you able to push the red button? Oh, right, the red button was there.
Okay, like, we're getting kills, we're holding off, but... wait 1 second, I got a cat issue.
No worries.
Gotta learn to knock. Gotta learn to knock, not scratch. Knocking I can tolerate. Scratching is loud, my friend. Okay, cat is secured. Right. So, you know, like in this situation, you're trying to farm while behind. You know, you want to control your camps, you want to put wards down at the entrances, you want to be scanning this to deny, so that you can make picks. Itemization-wise, let's see, we're going for Oblivion Orb. You know, in this case, you're so far behind, we're reaching the point in the game where Flat Magic Pen is not going to be useful. So, honestly, simply going Leandries would be good. I mean, the healing is not really... It's too late to get Morello's, and it's not going to make much of a difference. I feel like Leandries would be much more beneficial, considering she's going to have HP, he's going to end up with HP, she is, you know.
Yes.
Also, simply into a Zonya's as well, and avoid stuff, like, that's all we're looking to get, really. If you're really turbo ahead, Sork Boots into Orb is great, because their magic growth is still very stagnant at like 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Until recently, my my build with Elise was going Echoes then Gnasher's Tooth, so that I could...
yeah, I mean, I used to do that. You know, everyone knows my Zyra jungle Gnasher's Tooth. I love the item, but if we're speaking plainly, there's optimized itemization and rune sets that she's been using. I think the
rank 1 Elise did that Gnasher's Tooth thing as a comfort pick. I heard that the rank 1 Elise did it, and then I practiced with Gnasher's Tooth, and I was satisfied with the results.
Yes, but you're wildly squishy, and you have to know her DPS output.
Okay, and I should probably memo that.
You know, learn what a planet is before we start calculating entropy of black holes. You know,
that is probably a good, yeah.
Let's learn itemization and how she works, and then you can find playstyles that suit you. Now, again, I'm still not recommending Elise. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it. I know you like the fancy stuff, but you have to understand the win conditions required for you to play around people that don't know what they're doing. Like, you're here, I can see you in the Discord, you're always trying to learn something and understand and grow. These people are not. So you're going to overcome them very quickly, but, you know, you're sort of saying to them, like, even now, like, they're all top lane, you said, okay, I go do Krugs. You're not with them. You know, we could look to be making plays if you were with them.
Yeah, I think I recognize that a teensy bit. I try to re-coordinate my mapping to them.
Yeah, I see, I'm watching. But again, no one has noticed that, hey, third dragon.
Yep, they got it from right under my nose.
Now these, I mean, all of this kind of stuff, pathing and decisions on objective, that's fundamentals. You know, all my videos have this stuff pretty regularly, so I'm just focusing on the specific.
Watch way more of them.
Yeah, the gameplays and stuff.
There's still a lot I'm learning from them.
Like the early game I did with Rek'Sai, what was the early game? End games early or something like that. If you want to play an early game jungler, that has to be like your Bible in terms of checkpoint game plan early, you know?
I was looking at, I think my favorite one was the Rengar one. The one with Zyra Jungle PogChamp in it.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, to a degree, yeah, as well.
Yeah, I'll try to find the closeout games thing, because I think it might help me with some of my other picks. Blue Cane and a couple of their champs that I'm remembering off the top of my head that I also like to play.
I mean, I can recommend Kane. He's not obviously you get chain CC'd. He's not obviously turbo accessible, but if you can go Rost, if you can play an assassin appropriately, it's a different ball game. But at least you have the option of both Rost and Blue Cane, and in a game like this, you go Rost, obviously, because melee, melee.
They're all melee except Caitlyn.
And your disruption and healing makes it impossible for them to deal with you. And if we correct the pathing errors we had in the first 15 minutes, where you looked at your camps as fallback, reset, do them again, focus on the objectives, you'd be up 120 CS or something like right now, minimum.
Yeah, I would be.
So you'd be ahead.
Way higher CS.
Like why are we building Lost Chapter?
I was getting GLP for the slow to make it easier to kill people. That's what I was trying to get. I think I still get it, but I should have.
I still think Leandri's Zonya's is all you need. Leandri's Zonya's Void. You're good to go.
Okay.
Or even Banshee's Veil. Sorry, not Banshee. Yeah, Banshee's Veil. Yeah,
I interrupted her.
Yeah, perfect.
Escape.
I mean, you see what I'm saying? If you had Electrocute early, you just kill her with that.
Yeah.
Because Conquering, I mean, it gives you nice healing and added AP here, but it's not. It's definitely not. Careful. Okay. I mean, you get some nice healing there and stuff, but. I mean, that's good. That's good team fighting. Here we go, auto attack. There we go. See, like, that's very nice. Imagine. Imagine if you have a lead.
Comeback. This was the comeback.
Imagine if you have a lead, you know?
Yeah, no, then I could have had this game in the palm of my hands already.
There we go.
And then, yep, this Baron. And yeah, I got GLP.
I mean, I would get boots. I mean, yeah, I know you finished the item, but I mean, try to get your boots because it's 24 minutes in. The movement speed's very good. Good.
Yeah.
See, I mean, raw AP's not. I mean, what is even the? Let me check this out. Weird ass itemization. People just do whatever you want instead of what works. Let's see. It's not even. Doesn't even have a win rate. No, it doesn't even have a win rate assigned to it. You're the only person ever to pick it. There you go. There's no need for this. Why? Just go Leandri's and win.
No.
Like even just go Zonya's. Like just go Zonya's.
I used to build Elise with Cinderhulk back in S5.
Yeah, we used to do that season 3, 4, 5. Yeah. But that was when Cinderhulk was different.
Yeah.
Like this is good though. I mean, if you have proper itemization in your head, you win.
Yeah, I should try to do Leandri's second anyway.
Yeah, Zonya's Leandri's. Yeah, exactly. But those, I mean, the orb is great early, as I said, if you're turbo fed. But if you're super far behind, it's just pointless. Because you might as well just go void stuff, then third, and you're fine. And then you can sort of, like, this is good. You must deny this. Please tell me you get this. Oh,
I did.
It's a little close, but yeah, you got it.
I've had close calls before.
She missed her Q anyway.
We're I both take a dragon as Kayn and get my dragon taken.
Yeah,
as Kayn, and that the second one is a kick in the pants.
Yes, it is. I like that. I like that you went to Gromp and then you realized, wait a second, my team's pushing and I'm farming. Let me adjust. Good.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to.
If I'm gonna farm, I may as well split push too.
True, but I mean, what you guys had was a 1-2-2 instead of just staying together, and staying together was winning you fights. Yeah. Because you have chain CC and pick potential. So that's a little bit of an oof, but.
I think I was trying to get Void Staff there. I'm gonna.
Yeah, it looks like you are.
Play out. Yeah, because I have the trifecta of why the hell are they not buying MR? I actually noticed that in their itemizations. Oh, and the Irelia was AFK. I didn't know that until after the game was over.
Wait, when did she go AFK? I'm just.
After I picked her off during the Rift Herald fight where I was lagging.
Oh, she AFK then already? Oh, okay. I was just watching you. I'm not watching the AFK, which is, I think, good. So, I think
yes.
Anyone watching this, I don't know if this goes on YouTube or not, but anyone watching this afterwards, it's because I think that's a good mindset to have. Like, even if it seems totally forgetful, just focusing on what you have to do to win and not compromising your approach because they have an AFK is important. Because too many times someone goes AFK and you guys like, hey, free win, we, and then you lose because you get arrogant. I think the way you guys are playing is still respecting it as if she was in the game, and that's probably why you come back. Yeah. I mean, you should all be on Baron now. But yeah, actually, I didn't even notice. I should have noticed, but I'm just watching you very closely.
I gotcha.
Which I think is fine. I've been so hyper-focused even in high elo games, and someone's AFK on the enemy team, I don't even notice either. Or they DC for like 2 minutes and I didn't notice. Because I'm so hyper-focused on what I need to do, that's good in order to actually win. Because this is silly. Yeah. That's so...
sort of messed that up.
Oh, I mean, let him die.
Pick off the low HP Vi.
Nah, just let him die. I mean, you got minions pushing in here. Can interrupt this. He could have W'd the Echo. But he's gone, so you should be able to clean up as a team. There you go.
Clean up crew?
Yeah. Just, in this case, let him die. Don't worry about him. See, now you're going for Leandries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the item.
Like, think about it this way. We're 32 minutes into the game, and you have 2 items completed.
Yep, that's...
No bueno. I mean...
Yeah, I agree.
We don't need this. Early on, if you have a good lead, you can always go Dark Seal and upgrade it to Magi. Very gold efficient. And I think you could have if you played it properly, but even so,
I've done that
this is fine. This is fine. But we can sell that and get our Leandries, Like, you just sells for one. You could have sold this and just got Leandries and a stopwatch. I don't know how much gold you have, let's see. 412, so you'll have 1500.
412.
Yeah, you might not. You won't have exactly enough, but like you see where my mind's at. It's the flat magic pen is way worse. Cutting out?
I'm not sure if it's my internet connection or what.
It's not mine.
Strange.
Discord is betraying us. Okay. I think we lost Pylon Crafter, but I mean 5v4, final fight. They do have Soul, but they should still be able to win, so.
Yeah. And we do.
And we do, there you go. We can speedrun the fight. I mean, no Aurelia, it's Chain CC. Oh, here we go. Where we go? Repel. You're looking to repel, you keep auto-pathing.
Yeah,
you keep right-clicking the target, so it sends you back and forth. You just right-click and walk around. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
You can afford to tank it, yeah.
I was trying to avoid it if I could, to try and make my entry a little more polished, especially because... Oh yeah, they forfeited.
I mean, you were gonna end anyway.
Yeah.
Like here, I mean, no, let's see what... No.
It was the tower, the one with the.
No, I'm watching your itemization.
Okay.
Here we go. So, okay, you have a ruby crystal and you have this, and you're dead, of course. Yeah, like at this point, it's 50 minutes. You're behind. There's no point going orb, at all. Yeah, they don't have magic damage, but magic scaling is such that. I mean, for example, he's at 33, Echo's at 51. So percentage damage here is better than flat already.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're beyond the point where flat pen is useful. This is just math. And Leandries gives you survivability plus burn damage for sustained fights with your Conqueror. So I think I'm just going straight into Leandries here, into stopwatch. Into Zanya's. Let's see what we got
I'll
here.
try to remember
Nimbus and Water Walking is fine, but we didn't really get to use it, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation on that. If you are that intent on playing Elise, obviously my core tenet is you must enjoy the champions you play, but understand that some come with more of an uphill battle than others, depending on your elo. As long as you accept these terms, then it's fine. Yeah, so
I mean, yeah.
Conqueror, 50.4% win rate. Electrocute, 50.53% win rate. So it's got a high win rate, except has 91% usage rate. So it's backed up by a crap ton of data points. It's just better. It's just better. It's a different playstyle, you know. Electrocute is her core playstyle. For a reason.
Okay.
For a reason. If you really must go something scaling, then Dark Harvest would be better.
Okay, and I could do Dark Harvest just fine.
I think you should just go
I've done
Electrocute and
Dark
kill
Harvest.
everyone early game.
Okay.
Don't,
Yes.
you know,
The Naruto and Pikachu getting car keys will be much easier.
let me put it in language that I like to use with other teachers, because sometimes in education, people love to do this. They try to think so far outside the box, they forget what was in it in the first place.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest problem.
Yeah,
even from a build point.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then
And a champion picks
I'm
point.
just thinking, you're Predator Alistar, you're.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Instead of just, you know, regular stuff. I saw that she left. I thought she reconnected. I mean, she disconnected here already. That's so Pepe Hansen. You didn't point it out, and I was just so focused on you.
That was my only hesitation with that replay. Is
Doesn't matter. I mean, you got so much meat here in the first 17 minutes to work with. So, I mean, it's fine. I mean, we could have just focused. We could have talked more about this as well, but it's good to look at what you're doing here. But I mean, I think for the most part, your core issues. I mean, like
very early on.
Yeah, like if we go red. I mean, he's obviously got Q, but I mean, level 2. This isn't that great because obviously, he doesn't have a stun up right now. Wait, W, right?
I thought E.
Sorry, E. Slice and dice. That's it. You know, when he gets that, it's a great gank. So here, doing your blue into your Gromp into this, so he has a stun up, is better choices. Yeah.
And I shouldn't have hesitated.
Nah, you were too scared. And she doesn't know what she's doing. You're watching too many high elo videos where the enemy jungler knows what they're doing. You know.
That might be my problem.
She doesn't know what she's doing. And even so, you need to have the confidence in your ability with this champion to beat everyone. You can't be running away. Like, your body language...
My biggest issue with non-Riven champs is that, it's been an assload of time since I last played. So it becomes, shoot, what am I going to do with this? Alright, well, I can't always rely on Riven to jungle. I may as well jingle as other people in the meantime. And, yeah, I lost the smite contest.
Like, here I'm just saying, okay, you take my Raptors, you take this, I take my Crab, I take my Gromp, I take my Wolves, then I can level 3 gank bottom lane. You know, my mind's already like, okay, whatever. Enjoy your life. I have first blood. I go down now. Bye-bye.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to...
Yeah, and
well,
you kind of hung around.
You got out of the death ray. Okay, that's fine.
In your case, you are, you know, your house is burning down, and you, instead of just trying to take your passport, your money, and some jewelry, you're thinking, no, I take my TV too. And this couch, I like this couch. And, you know, I really need my computer, obviously. Not the laptop, the big one. I also need all my shoes. I need to pack a suitcase quickly. And, you know, you're dead. You're burned. Instead of your case saying, okay, right, they're going to take the TV, but, you know, let me go grab the stuff that's important. The crab, my bottom side. These two, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.